Yes, thank you very much, and in Russian, спасибо большое. My name is Jehuda Lindenblatt. I am one of the lucky person who survived the Holocaust. I am one as a person whose mother gave his wedding ring for a piece of ham to feed his starving children. I am the one who's here 73 years later to tell the story what I tell all the time. The Holocaust. The Holocaust was 9 months in Budapest, but 9 months every day was a misery. I go to sleep with it, I get up with it. And I think that will follow me all the way my life. Thanks to my family who give me support, and thanks to the Israeli Defense Forces when I was to give me a courage and to be somebody, not just a Jew who was afraid of they killing him. And thanks to the Hatzol Emergency Squad, what I am a member, every day till today, I can go to help people and save lives. In 1944, March 19, the German walked into Budapest. It was a parade, tanks, soldiers, flags, and they welcomed in Budapest, and I was standing in the street and looking, enjoying it. But behind me was a poster, and the poster was one thing. They said, Jews have to wear the yellow star from 7 years and on. It was 2 days before my birthday. I was proud of it. My other brothers don't have to. I am a big guy. Bye. So, but I didn't know what I have to pay for this privilege. Budapest, they didn't have concentration camp. They didn't have pits to the Jews to dig for their grave. They had the mighty river, the Duna, and they didn't have to do anything. Days and days for me, and the Jews had to live in houses that has the yellow star. Each house was marked with the yellow star when Jews living, so they know where they come from. And they came. They went to houses. They got children, people, everybody. They take them out in the street. They had to put up their hand and walk toward the river. What people who cannot walk, they took a broomstick. They made them sit on a broomstick, and one side, one guy holding the broomstick, and another hand is on the air. If they dropped or they don't make it, they shut them in place. They took them to the river. Sometimes they house to house, they took them to the river. I saw them in my window, hundreds of them, their hands up in the air, walking toward the river. And what they did to the river, they tell them to undress. Took 5 people, wired them with a wire, tied their hand, wired them with a wire, 5 people, and shot one to the river. And that's who pulled another 4 down. The Hungarian Nazis, the Arrow Cross, played games with their victims. They selected pregnant woman and tell them to stand beside of the river and shot him in the stomach. No matter what, the order was to kill more in Jews. We was in the house, we was in the building, and saw it every day they come, waiting when our turn come. And then my mother was a pious member near me, Piroshka Lindenblatt. She told me, "You go, pray." And to pray, the praise what the Jews have the highest for calling for mercy, Ovinu Malkeinu. I went and prayed. Oh Lord. I finished the prayer. The Nazis stopped. The Hungarian Holocaust stopped. Didn't take anybody else. That was the place where we are. We're lucky we escaped from there, we went to other places. A story, every day have a story. Hunger. I was so hungry. It's impossible to explain to people who doesn't experience hunger. My next door neighbor, my cousin, had a piece of soap. As a child, I was yelling, "I wanna eat the soap." Hunger is terrible. Potato peels, some beans, some water, but we survived. I want to point out the heroes of Hungary, who they went to save Jews. It was one of my grandfather, Shmaya Placer. He was a very pious man. He was a very known rabbi in Budapest. Shaved off his beard, dressed like a farmer, and went to street in Budapest to save Jews. We're giving out paper for forged paper. They are Swiss protected people. And one day, Hanukkah time, he tells his wife Regina, "I'll be back tonight." Went out to the street. They catched him. Asked him for paper. He's a good Hungarian, show him the paper. He's in the old Christian family. He just come from the farm to sell his product. They believe him and let him go. And that moment, one of the Nazis said, "Hey, stop." He stopped. He said, "Drop your pens." He dropped his pen. In Hungary, only the Jews are circumcised. People saw him to take him to the river. My grandfather was a very short man, but was a giant to me. It was an order for the German. Every woman, me 16 and out to 50, have to report the train station. We lived next to the train station, and I saw through the window woman walking to the train with a spekelech and just like a sheep. And my mother was supposed to go also. She was taking a jacket, and the winter coat, and tried to put some money in that. And then they looked at her children and said, "I'm not going without my children." And thanks to my mother, we are saved. She didn't win. The thing get worse for the German. The thing get worse for the German. And they try to get away. They cannot take the Jews anymore to the river. So after the war, I went in a park. The killing was continued. They had to kill Jews, and humans don't believe why. I went to a park, a square. That was all over. Russian soldiers, Hungarian soldiers, all around, soldiers and people. And in a corner, a lot of bodies with a yellow star. They didn't die for bombing, they didn't die for anything. They all were shot. Today, anti-Semitism in Hungary, one is the worst. One is the worst in Europe. They marching with uniform. They marching with uniform and again death to the Jews. Today people who are not Jews, also the Holocaust not ended. They're chopping people's head off because they're religion. But I believe it's more good people and bad. Some righteous Christians who help us, who give us food, and they tell the mother, I will save your children, leave it with us. But my mother didn't do that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the committee to let me speak. And thank you all to listen to me.